It was just after midday when Emmerson Mnangagwa received his termination letter. He stood by the window of his office as an aide handed him the envelope. Neat, official, final. He did not need to read it to know its contents.
His Excellency the President, Comrade Robert Mugabe, has exercised his powers to relieve Honorable Vice President Mnangagwa of his position as Vice President of the Republic of Zimbabwe with immediate effect. It had become evident that his conduct in the discharge of his duties had become inconsistent with his official responsibilities. The Vice President has consistently and persistently exhibited traits of disloyalty, disrespect, deceitfulness, and unreliability.
After 50 years of service to Robert Mugabe, from the Liberation War to the highest levels of government, Mnangagwa was out. His career, and perhaps his life, were now in jeopardy. The day before his dismissal, Grace Mugabe had delivered her now infamous speech at Rufaro Stadium. Dressed in the white robes of a religious sect, she stood before thousands and declared,
1980 kuti munhu uyu anonzi Mnangagwa chiva zvevamwe ruchiva
Her words were not metaphors, they were a political execution in public view. Within the party, the message was clear. Mnangagwa had to go. 2 days earlier in Bulawayo, Grace Mugabe had publicly humiliated him. At the 9th of a series of youth interface rallies, she turned a party event into a public trial. You will never rise again. You will be walking, but you will be a grave. As she spoke, some in the crowd booed, an unheard-of moment in ZANU-PF politics. Then Robert Mugabe rose from his chair, visibly angered. We are being insulted in the name of Mnangagwa. Did I make a mistake appointing him? If I did, I will remove him tomorrow. On Monday, he kept his promise. By 2017, ZANU-PF was split in two. The First Lady's faction, known as G40, was young and ambitious. Mnangagwa's support base, the war veterans and security establishment, was nicknamed Le Coste, after his crocodile moniker. It was a clash between youth and memory, between opportunism and the liberation past. And on the 6th of November, the past was dismissed. Mnangagwa read the termination letter again and again, then walked slowly to the window, looking towards the horizon. Outside, the sky was bruised grey, the air thick with humidity. He sat down and began to write. I have regarded you as my mentor and father figure and have been loyal to you, the party, and the revolution. I wish to express my gratitude for saving my life in 1965 when I faced the death penalty. He recalled their first meeting in 1963. Mugabe the teacher, Mnangagwa the young freedom fighter. He thanked him for guidance through Mozambique and the war years. But he ended the letter with a warning. However, today my enemies have prevailed. I could have recently lost my life through poisoning, but survived through God's grace. I remain loyal to the revolution, though I am aware of uncanny attempts to assassinate me. He sealed the letter and placed it in his Louis Vuitton briefcase, and left his office for Helensvale. When he reached home, the security detail was gone. The 2 state-assigned chefs had been withdrawn. Only his wife, Auxilia, waited at the door, silent. He had been cut off, physically and politically. Inside, Mnangagwa stood on his veranda, watching the rain. He knew what must come next. By morning, he would be gone, east through the mountains, toward the Mozambican border. The Vice President would now be a fugitive. Zimbabwe was entering the unknown. Still to come, the escape and the road to Pretoria.